Hey, 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 welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, and welcome to a casual Friday. It's time for the lunch stream where we just kind of sit back, relax. But I'm afraid that that's not happening right now because me and Mike, good old Mike Hunt from his guild and my guild are going at it, and it's down to the wire. Oh my god. Me and Mike for like 30, 40 minutes been going like, ah! Mike,
currently 5 points separate us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going out to go there right now and show the peeps once I get my YouTube going. But welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. You guys know how it works. If you're new, then basically this is just the lunch stream where we just hang out with you great folks and kind of discuss Galaxy Heroes or whatever's on your mind and answer some of your questions. We'll do a roster review. We're going to do Mr. Penny Pitch today. And then, yeah, but right now, forget all that shit, Michael. We got a battle going on.
I still think that you should now. I need Zetas, so you should like make it a thing. Yeah.
Well, let's check out where it is because it's been nip and tuck this entire time, man. Let's see what's going on.
Well, I'm
afraid to look.
We've got two of your.
All right, so we've taken the lead by 12. If you look in here, there's 6 teams of yours left.
No, you have.
We got 3 battling right now. And you got 3 teams left, one of them which has been hurt pretty bad. The Zion's out of it. So
the Zion's gone, yeah.
And then you guys are still facing our Palps team. So this has been pretty crazy. God, did Dr. His team has just been giving you guys heartache, man.
Oh wow! 1, 2, 3, 4 in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Skeletor. All he's got left is Savage.
Yeah.
It's going to be down to our guild leader to prevent you from clearing the board.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gone in. Talydrell. You want to have a word with him? He's cherry picking. He's only taking on he's going 5v1. That's not fair. I think you should deduct 5 million points for that.
Cue up, sweary daughter.
Oh no, you're on 152 to 117.
Well, because if you guys clear those 2 teams, you're going to get points for that, and then you get the full clear. Oh my god, it's going to come down to the wire, dude. This is crazy. Yeah, this is a sick match, man. It's been like this the whole night because you guys erupted and took a huge lead, but we figured you were because we figured you guys were all in Europe and England and whatever, and you did. You came in and just started steamrolling. Then it took us a little while to get going, and then we started finally catching up, and then you guys made another move, and then this morning everybody from our guild woke up like you guys are in the middle of your day and started clearing everything, and it's come down to this. Oh god.
We're looking at 2 burning low nodes. That's it. Wow.
Wow, this is crazy.
I love the fact that one of our guild officers has actually put a circle on the only node that we can now attack. Cheers for that. Otherwise
so it looks
we would have
like
missed it.
Ryan's lost his Emperor Palpatine lead, so I think Seb's going to get that one. I don't know what's going on with the other one, with Lazy Genius.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lazy's... No, I think Lazy's going to come through this attack. I don't even know what I've got left yet.
Okay, so we're full engaged with your last 4 teams. Wow.
Oh no!
And I did okay. I kept fighting teams for some reason. I had turn meter, so I was using my best teams to try to get rid of some of those teams. So I didn't have the most flags, and they breezed through ships. Because I asked Mike earlier, like, "Did y'all not put much on ships?" Like, no. I was like, damn it, I didn't even get a chance to attack ships. It was really late last night that it popped and they were like, they attacked it all, and I was like, oh, I missed ships, so my flags are not going to be that good. I didn't even get to use any of my fleets or anything. I'm like, that.
All right, enough of all of that. So,
no, what do you mean? Shut up, Finn.
Rudeness. He didn't introduce everybody.
I'm not introducing. I was going to, but right now this is an epic
it's
match.
5 minutes in. You haven't even announced anything.
Shut up, Finn.
We're in a war of Star Wars. I mean, what more do you want from this?
Yeah. You know what I want? I want us to answer questions from.
Nobody cares about questions right now. We're talking about this epic battle between me and Mike. How often do we have a battle between me and somebody else?
Yeah.
God.
Finn just wants to tell everyone what he picks up from Toys
R
Us.
That's right. So Dr. Finn did go shopping.
No, I want to introduce everybody else.
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Finn. Dr. Finn. I'm sorry, Dr. Finn.
Before Ranger cuts you out by talking about territory wars again.
I'm sorry, Dr. Finn. You go ahead, little buddy. You go ahead and introduce everybody.
Oh, only one of your squads left.
Go ahead, Dr. Finn.
I did.
Say hi, Grim.
Wasabi,
Grim.
There you go. And then we also have the lightsaber builder himself, Mr. Sir Loki. How are you doing, Loki?
Uh-huh.
Or not.
He's engrossed in GW.
Maybe Loki's obsessed because I don't sound like tits.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that, Finn.
Yeah, I know. There's only so much I can.
If we reword it, you'd be more accurate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to jump in my car real quick. You
heard about the Toys R Us sale.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing good. Are you watching this epic match between us and BHG?
I heard, man. Sounds fun.
It is fun. We're going right down to the wire, man.
No, it's not. We're losing. It's not fun anymore.
Now, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman did go shopping for some Star Wars stuff, and you got something. You got a gift too, didn't you, Finn?
I got two things.
Oh, I got one thing, so I'll go ahead and get some.
Well, no, I got two things from Toys R Us, and yes, I got a gift.
Yes.
One gift.
Okay, what did you get from Toys R Us first?
So from Toys R Us, I got one of the 18-inch black outfit Lukes.
Okay.
The figures.
Nice.
So that's going to be stood up here soon. And then also, I got a Black Series Rey training toy thing from when she's on crate. It's apparently a Toys R Us exclusive, so that is going to remain in box. The Luke will not. The Luke is going to be posed and played around with.
Okay. And
then from our fans are nuts.
They are nuts, man.
They're nuts. So they buy us crap, and I don't know why.
So, because we suck.
So I put a Lego set on my Amazon wish list because it has like a little Lego Porg, and I got it the other day. Somebody bought me and everyone is just not putting their name, so I can't thank the people that are actually doing it. I know,
right? So, same thing happened to me, so you go ahead. Yeah,
so I got the Lego set. It's the Lego Star Wars set on the island of, I'm probably going to mispronounce it. What is it? Aka or whatever it is?
Acto,
yeah, whatever. I'm trying to find it where it's listed on here. Yes, Octo Island. So I'm going to be assembling that, and to make Miss Titsbeck Venom happy, I'm going to clean off the dresser that's behind me in my videos, and I'm going to assemble Star Wars stuff behind me now in my videos in the background. So
there you go. And then someone sent me the Dash Randolph figure. What the hell? I swear, daughter, she wants you to pick up some milk.
No, it was me getting onto our stream. I thought it was on silent.
It's all right. I do that all the time. You're good. You're in good hands, Mike. But yeah, someone sent me the Dash Rendar. I don't know who it was, but whoever did, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. He has got a place of honor behind me, next to the Spam can for Bimatsu, so I'll keep those at the top shelf so those can always be seen. So thank you very much. You know what, Finn? I just figured out something. I'm just going to put my tobacco on there all the time, and then I'll never run out.
You're going to put your tobacco on Dash Rendar?
No, on a wish list.
Oh. It's like, why were you going to put tobacco on Dash Rendar? What did he do to you?
Well, I mean, he likes some chewing tobacco, too. Paul Morgan, why didn't Finn get a pellet smoker for pulled porg?
You know, so all of this stuff is not bothering me at all, because now I have a Lego porg. That's all I got to say. I have a Lego porg, so I'm happy.
I hope you didn't
Still hate all of you, but I'm still happy.
You can't hate Paul. He just donated $5, man.
So thank you for the $5. It is not going to a pellet smoker.
All right. So we're in an
Which
epic match
type of
here.
smoker is it going to?
What?
I said, which type of smoker is it going to then? If it's not a pellet one, which one are you going to get?
I hate you. You're just lucky I have my Lego cord, so I'm in a much better.
Look at Ouchie going. I didn't suggest that. I was get you tobacco. Ouchie,
We did.
Ouchie, I'm joking, hon.
You just cleared us. You just sunk our battleships.
You sunk my battleship. But let's see if you guys win. What is that? What's it going to put you guys at though?
Oh, you got one squad left, and I'm waiting to throw my thrawn in
All
there.
right, I'll put a vape up there. We'll get one of those expensive vapes and stuff. Well, we only got one zone left, so let's see if you guys get this one. Lazy, let's see. If you clear lazy, say 10 points, that'll put you at 10,000, roughly 140. How much do you get for the zone for this one? You get 1150. Wow. Let's see. 20,000, 227, 77.
It's not enough, is it?
Yeah, I don't think even if you get this one that it's going to...
He's already got 90.
All right, Finn. Find the best vape out there with a year supply of the stuff.
No.
Then I will quit. What do you mean no? I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it. Why are you making me do it?
Well, because you're kind of the guy in the background doing everything else. You don't like to ever talk to anybody, so we gotta have you.
I talk to everybody. They just don't know that I'm talking to them.
Well, okay, so we've hit on a sensitive subject here for Dr. Finn. Dr. Finn, would you like to talk about it?
Oh,
I
in.
got a Luke and a Lego cord.
Oh, Mike is going in for the kill. Let's see if he shows up. My thing's being slow. Oh, there it is. Is it in progress, Mike? Mike.
Just throwing that out there. You're all awful. Every single last one of you. Except Ouchie.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so we have some questions, a couple of questions that I can see. So the first
do I
question,
need to pull those? Oh, you're pulling. Okay.
I have them now.
Okay.
So
well,
Paul
I did all
Morgan
that for nothing then. I set it up and everything. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I managed to make it home in time. So.
Okay.
So, question from Paul Morgan: are there any legacy tunes or teams that are viable in the Sith Raid?
No.
Not in Phase 1. You might be able to do like a stealthing team in Phase 2.
No, I tried. It's awful. Don't.
Maybe droids in Phase 2?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Grande tried that. No.
Oh, it didn't work? Okay.
No! It didn't work. Don't do it.
I thought I've seen success with stealth teams in Phase 2 with like a Newt lead and Princess Leia, Acolyte, and I think they use SRP and Kenobi, so you double tank in order to protect. I'm pretty sure I've seen.
But are those legacy tunes, or those are considered legacy?
Well, I guess
a lot of the droids are.
Well, okay, so I guess Leia, Acolyte, and Newt would be, but not Kenobi and not SRP.
Kenobi.
Yeah.
Mike, what happened? Get in there.
Team is Night Sisters,
No, it was,
right?
mate.
That's viable.
I was in there and now I'm out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, all the Night Sisters are viable, and you don't need Talzin or Zombie or Spirit. So
you can go old school Night Sisters. I guess that's a team you could use. It's decent. I mean, but boy, oh boy, Legacy.
I've seen. Oh no, the Ewoks also include the newer ones in order to be viable. Yeah, I think it is just the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Phoenix isn't. Damn it! All the teams that I'm thinking of aren't. How much of the Imperial troopers would be considered legacy?
Only
Not Death
all
Troop.
except Shore and Death Trooper, I think.
Yeah, and Veers
Stark.
and Stark and Veers.
No, Veers is legacy, but not Stark.
No, not Stark. So half
Yeah,
of
you
them.
need Stark and you need all the new ones.
I'd say,
Probably just Veers and Snow, and that's it.
then I remembered Maurice last night. Oh.
Yeah, so I think it is just Night Sisters then, in terms of legacy tunes.
Right, your last squad is going now, mate.
All right.
All right. Yeah, legacy essentially means from the original release.
Yay, Mike for the win. Sorry.
Question from Darth Skywalker: how do you keep from getting burned out? I think it's a good question,
It is a good
especially right now,
question.
right? There's 3 raids, there's territory wars, there's 2 of them every other week, then you have territory battles in between them, so there's always something going on, not to mention keeping up with arena and fleet in order to try and get your crystals. So I guess we'll just go around the corn here. Loki, you haven't been on too much, so let's start with you. I know you've been busy and not feeling well lately.
Yeah.
So now that you're on, question for you: how do you keep from getting burned out in the game?
It's it's hard to say it, but sometimes you just got to leave your current guild if you've been with them for a while and go merc, or you got to go to another guild and learn something new. I talk to a lot of the whale community. I talk to a lot of dolphins and all that, and all of them are getting burned out, whether it's because they're taking additional responsibilities in the guild or real life hits, and we all need to have a gaming experience that basically has no stress, or it's nice to be with a guild where stuff like that is on farms, so you don't have to worry about it. But that would probably be my number one suggestion is take a break, go to another guild, help another guild out, if you're in that situation, or just if you're an officer or guild leader, like maybe ask that you maybe step back for a little bit. It depends. I don't know the situation of the viewer that asked the question, but if he's a guild leader or an officer, I mean, I've been there. I've gotten burned out from it. It's guiding everybody, playing my own game, worrying about recruiting and all that stuff. So that burns you out as well. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be, whether it's a higher guild or a lower guild where, stuff can be on farm or stuff isn't as critical. Like you have to farm certain tunes because of the guild, or you have to do certain things, right? So if you can relax and play the game and just have fun again, that's the name of, if you're not having fun, then we're getting burned out, right? So,
All right.
Sorry, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but all that stuff just comes to mind. Sometimes you just got to step away or take a step back. So.
He said hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a week off, man, or something.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Eventually you just you want to take a step back a little bit. So me personally, a little bit different from Loki. I can't see myself in another guild. So what I did is I went a couple of rotations on my arena shard without being in rotation. So I was just getting like top 20, much more manageable. East Coast has this advantage and disadvantage. There's the advantage that, so the disadvantage obviously is really crowded on a lot of different shards. The advantage though is that once the Euro payout is done, there's not usually a lot of people in between. So you can start moving up in arena early. So I was able to just move into top 20 early and just kind of chill out afterwards. So it kind of got the pressure off of having to do battles closer to like dinner time and then worrying about whether or not you're keeping your spot and moving around. So like I took a little bit of a step back from arena for a little bit. Before it was an issue, and it's not now, I would also skip doing Galactic War. Now you can sim the whole thing, so it doesn't matter. But back when you had to do Galactic War, there were days that I just skipped it because it was just too long, too annoying to do. But that's kind of been resolved now as a quality of life issue, so that's always nice. But wherever you can, see if you can take a little bit of a step back from the game and just relax for a bit. Territory Wars is actually one where it might be a little bit easier, especially if you talk with the officers in your guild, because you could potentially just like deploy everything on defense and then take a break on offense if there's a way that they can include that in their strategy, right? So it's just something to kind of think about how you can take a little bit of a step back and still kind of continue your progress in the game. Little things like just dropping into the top 20 instead of the top 5 for a little bit, or just doing defense. It may not hurt you overall. So just little things like that.
Yeah, for me, like certain things, like, you know, PvP, I just don't care anymore. You know, it's like, okay, I'm not in the crystal crunch like I was, and I farmed most of the stuff that I need. The stuff that I do need, it's like it's an easy farm for me. It's not like I need it. It's just something I want to make things better. So I'm still doing what I'm doing, but, you know, I'll finish top 20 or top 10 in an arena, and I just don't care anymore. I'm kind of taking the stress off that. It's the same thing with ships. You know, I'll get in the top 20 and be like, okay, I'm good. You know, you know, I just don't let it get to me. You just have to kind of make that assessment. What's, you know, if you like, what you like and what you don't like. The stuff that you don't like, just minimize it, and the stuff you like, just stick with it, right? You know, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, this game is a grind, and you just got to kind of figure out what it is you want from the game, you know, especially if you're farming. You know, and it's nice when you farm and you get something done. That's a nice, if it's a nice feeling. So, you know, that's be my advice. You know, for me, it's just finishing up my roster. I'm really working on Gear 12, and then I'm working on Night Sisters. And then it's just certain pieces. Like I'm working on First Order Executioner, Mother Tiles, and Wicket. That's all I'm working on for characters. I don't have anything anymore in arena shipments or guild GW shipments. I sim that. I do my arena battles, get in the top 20. Same thing with ships. I'll get in the top 20, and then I don't care. And then mainly just focus on, you know, getting my roster better for dark side territory battles and light side territory battles and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm farming Hermit Yoda, but that's, you know, he'll be 6-star after this next territory battle. So, you know, you just have to kind of pick and choose. And if the game, seriously, if you're just sick of the game and you don't want to play it anymore, you have a couple of options. Either you can take a step back and go to another guild where it's just casual. I've told the people to do that before. Don't quit the game because it's hard to get back into it once you do. And you know, go to a more casual guild if you're in a very heavy elite guild, or yeah, you know, stuff like that. Wait, what's this? Paul Morgan, $10. Paul Morgan at $10. It says pulled pork, 1 pound bag of hickory pellets, heat smoker to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Carefully separate meat into portions. Season pork with a mixture of brown sugar, salt, and cayenne pepper. Remove when light brown. Okay.
Awful the whole lot of you.
See, for me, it's like, you know, you're looking a little pale. Put down your phone, go outside, get some sun, some fresh air. Maybe go get laid.
Yeah.
You know, you know, step back, take a break, see the world outside for a little while. Some fresh air will do you some good.
That's right. Can't go wrong with that.
Like, you know, for me, if I start getting burnt out on Galaxy of Heroes, I will step back, only do my dailies, let the guys in the guild know that I need to take a break, otherwise I'm going to end up quitting.
Yeah.
So, and like, I started playing Marvel Strike Force. You know, I did a change of scenery to help me not get burnt out on Galaxy of Heroes, because I was getting...
Yeah, I mean, for me, I do Battlefront, and Finn has his other games he plays. We don't exclusively just play and live and die Galaxy Heroes. I mean, it's important, and we do a lot of stuff with it, but, you know, there's other games that we like and we enjoy doing, you know? I mean, I don't have a ton of viewers watching us do Battlefront, but it's not the point. We're just hanging out, having fun, and those that are there, we're just having a good time and laughing and giggling and doing stupid stuff. So
you're all laughing and giggling. I hate the rest of you right now.
What?
I hate all of you.
Oh God.
I was wondering, so Loki, is there a way that you can add a hickory smoke pellet into a saber? Because then we can negate, or, you know, we can 86 the barbecue, and it's just zoom zoom zoom, dinner's ready.
Cut out the
No problem.
Yeah.
We have a roster review to do.
We can do a cold smoker in the saber. How about that?
See,
Oh, that sounds good.
that's
Mr. Pennypinch is waiting for his roster review.
Sure, he's
Isn't that
enjoying
what
this.
Grande does? Doesn't Grande? Oh, he does mod reviews. Sorry, I thought that was Grande's punishment to do roster reviews, but it's mod reviews.
All right, so we're doing a roster review for Mr. Pennypinch, a long-time viewer. What is he looking for? I mean, he's currently ranked 1 in Arena, but I mean, what is he looking for his
He is,
roster?
but he's been struggling a little bit just to get to that point. So he would like a review of his mods just to make sure that he's modded properly with his Arena team.
See,
Which
the
he
mod
isn't,
review.
by the way.
You gotta go call Grande.
In particular, he wants his Dark Nihilus review to see if his Nihilus is properly modded. He wants to look at his Sith Raid teams to see what teams he has, as well as who he should farm after farming the vets. So he's farming the Veteran Han and Veteran Chewie. Any bounty hunters he should work on with the upcoming reworks, and then also who he should put his next Zeta on, and just an overall review of how his roster is, considering it's a 1 year and 1 month old roster.
All right, so I'm looking at
Yeah,
his Vader, and it's 226 speed. You want him into the 230s, but his mods are speed is.
Well, he
not
doesn't
an
have any
issue.
speed set.
Well,
No speed set,
Right.
so that's the first thing to stick out. But I mean, 226 he's got good mods, so we just have to kind of figure out here what we're going to do, because his Vader's 226. That's kind of an issue. You want him in the 230s, but you know.
yeah, right off the bat, all I have to say is, yeah, you need to go back through your mods and remod people, because, like, I'm looking at his mods right now. He's got some really good mods on his Arena team, but he doesn't have his best mods on his Arena team.
Yeah.
He
You know,
has a
they're
speed
scattered
set on
out like
top.
CLS and some First Order and OG Han mods that should be on his Arena team.
Yeah.
Stuff on GK, Poe. You know, all those mods should be on your Arena team.
So if you guys haven't seen it, I made a video about how to optimize your speed with the mods that you have, and just trying to figure out how you can get the maximum
And he's
speed
got
out of your.
5 speed mods on Palps. You only
That's the
need
thing.
4.
So he has them a lot on Emperor Palpatine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same technique that I used in the video that you guys can watch afterwards. But I'm going to look through his mods and basically try and figure out where his fastest mods are. And we're looking at his speed set. I just went into all of his speed secondaries. He's not super deep with the number of speed sets, speed mods that he has. So he might want to farm a little bit more on the speed mods. He has some. He has double digits on about what looked like 30 or so, a little less.
Yeah.
So he might want to farm a little bit more on speed mods. It should be okay though. But I'm going to exclude speed set when I do the others for him, because he doesn't have a whole lot of them. But just looking at his mods, his
his Thrawn is 257 speed, which is fantastic, but his Vader's only 226.
he's put a lot on his Palpatine. So conceptually, this might be just something about making sure you know how the team works. So you want Palpatine to get his stun off fast, but that doesn't mean that you want your fastest mods on. You actually want your fastest mods on Vader, because Vader's AoE is what triggers Emperor Palpatine from getting all of the turn meter based on his leader ability. Because once you do the AoE, Vader will gain turn meter, and then he does his Culling Blade, and then your entire team gains turn meter. So that's the sequence of events in order to get your Palpatine fast. So you want fast mods on your Palpatine. It doesn't have to be the fastest on your Palpatine, because you need to make sure your Vader is going first. So he has a few plus 10 square mods with the speed set, so that's not an issue. He has a plus 12 on Emperor Palpatine. On his speed set Diamond, on his triangle, he has a plus 15 speed set triangle on Emperor Palpatine. For his circle, he has a plus 16 circle on Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, he's tried to overmod Palpatine, I think might be part of the issue. And he has a plus 10 cross on Chopper. Let's see if he has any speed primary arrows. in his inventory. Yeah, he has a good number. He has 9 of them. So he has speed set primary arrows, which is good. And then we'll look at his non-speed sets and see what his mods look like. So for the square mod, his fastest is a 17 that he has on Emperor Palpatine, or I mean on Vader. Sorry, he has a plus 17 on Vader. Then for his diamond, he has a plus 19 that's on Thrawn. Then for his triangle, he has a plus 14 that he has on Vader. Yeah, so it looks like maybe his Vader, he just picked his top secondary speeds and didn't account for speed set, so that might be slowing him down a little bit. Circle, he has a 16 that's on CLS. And then for his plus sign, he has a 17 on Vader. So he can definitely increase his speed on one of his characters. Now, this goes back to when we were discussing making sure knowing how your team works. You can either do Vader as your fastest, or you can do Thrawn as your fastest. The reason you would do Thrawn as your fastest is if your Sith team, if your Vader is too slow for your Arena Shard. Because then you will want to run your either Rex or CLS lead, then you'll use the other one in the team, Han Solo, Kenobi, and Thrawn. And in that situation, you want Thrawn to be your fastest. In your Sith team, you want Thrawn to be your second fastest. So you can, depending on where you are in the game and how your arena kind of matches up and whether it'd be better, I would assume based on what you're doing right now and looking at your ranks, your Vader is probably going to be fast enough. Just looking at the way that you've been doing in Arena. So I would definitely speed up your Vader first before looking at your Nihilus. And I see Penny Pinch is in the chat. So if we're saying anything, and just let us know. I'm reading kind of your comments. Yeah. So your Vader. Yeah, so he says his Nihilus goes quite fast as long as Vader puts dots on Scion. And that's essentially what it is, right? The whole engine is started with Vader and getting dots and everything else. So
Finn, he's also said that he tries to mod all his teams and not to switch mods too much unless needed.
This is needed.
And that's you should always mod your arena and then leave the others.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with doing that. One, you'll want a deeper pool of mods before you do that. I think your mods are okay. You might be able to. It depends on what I guess when you're not trying to mod other characters, what are you looking to use your other characters for? So are you looking for raid teams? Are you looking more specifically for Sith raid, or are you looking for others, right? Like AAT and Rancor? Because if your guild has those on farm, then there's really no reason for you to focus too much on them, right? So I guess what other teams are you trying to keep modded so you don't have to switch around? Because some of them you don't need the highest level mods in order to make them viable. You just need to research in certain thresholds. And I can't remember the exact number, but I think if you get like a speed of over 210, I think it is, then like in phase 1 you're going to be fastest than BB-8 and stuff like that. So Penny Pinch says Sith raid. Are you guys clearing Sith raid, or are you working to clear Sith raid? And in the meantime, I'm going to look at his mods again. So with his square mod, he loses 7 with his non-speed. His arrow, he has a 30, so there's nothing there. He loses 7 with the speed set on his Emperor Palpatine, or in his diamond. He'll gain 1 with his triangle. He'll even out on his circle, and he'll lose 7 on his plus mod. So there's 3 of them where he's actually in good shape. He'd have to lose 7 on one of them, so he would lose 6 speed by using a non-speed set, or by using a speed set, but then he'd gain 10% bonus, which on a Vader is plus 12, so you'd gain 6 overall speed with that. So essentially, you would be in total, your speed on your Vader could go, let's see, so you'd have 30. Let me bring out my little calculator here on my computer. So rough estimate as I'm doing this, so you'd have a 30. Let's do a 17, 19, 16, 15, and 10. And then a 12 speed. So you would add plus 119 speed onto your Vader. And currently your Vader is at
226.
226 with how much from speed? 105. So you would add 14 speed onto it. So your Vader would be about 240 speed if I did that correctly.
Which would make you unstoppable.
Yep. So you would have a Vader that would always go first. You would be generating turn meter for your entire squad, and you probably wouldn't see a very large drop at all in arena based on kind of just where I see your ranks in. That's a good indication. So,
I just wanted to add something. If your arena shard is all EP lead, you might also want to maybe make your Vader the slower of all the teams. And the reason I say that is because the particular team you're running with Scion and Nihilus, if their Vader goes first and lands the debuffs on your team, then your Nihilus will gain like 20-30% turn meter from Scion's synergy. Then your Nihilus will probably go first and then force drain the other team. And then your Thrawn will turn meter swap Palpatine to do the shock anyway. So just that's another approach to it where you can actually run your Vader slow and then you run your Thrawn fast. But again, that's dependent on how EP lead heavy your shard is. And even on my shard, I run the same team, and there's times where I could make my Vader slower than everybody else's Vader, just so I can get the force drain off right away. And it seems to help a lot, especially in the mirror matches. And then I can put like heavy crit damage or crit chance on Vader, so his Culling Blade hits even harder. So that's just another approach that I found works on my shard, and I've told other people about it to possibly game it and make Vader actually slower than the rest of them, so your Nihilus can get off when their Vader does the dots and it hits Scion, and then Scion gives Nihilus like 20 or 30% turn meter. So I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, and one of the problems I'm seeing here is one thing that might be making him a target to everybody else is the fact that Scion is only 4-star. You know, while yes, he's really good at 4-star, it still paints a big target on your back.
All right.
So I mean, if you're looking, and he's mentioning that he's mainly looking at Sith Raid. For Sith Raid, if you're
no JTR.
Yeah, I mean, so he's looking at the other phases, right? So the one thing I would say, though, and this is maybe not the best thing that you want to hear. If your guild doesn't have the Sith Raid on farm, you should be ready to switch mods. You want your best mods on your arena characters. Unfortunately, if you're running EP, EP is semi-limited. He can do some decent damage, and Loki, Ranger, you guys are doing it more, so correct me if I'm wrong, but in general, EP lead can only go so far in Sith Raid. Like, it's not one of the predominant damage dealing teams.
No, but he can do face. He's got a good Han Solo and CLS. He can do.
Well, so that's the point. He would need to move his mods. Like, you would want your best mods on arena characters because that's important, but you may need to move it for Sith Raid if your guild isn't clearing it.
For Phase 3, if he's in the 200s with his other characters for that. I'm looking to see if he's got a Death Trooper.
Yeah, in heroic for me, I can run like EP lead with Nihilus, Scion, Sith Trooper, and then I could throw like Sid or somebody else in there, or like a Dooku, and I can get like 1.2 mil in phase 2 of heroic. So it's not great. I mean, they're kind of like Phoenix or Ewoks in phase 2. It's not a big damage dealing team, but you can still pull $1 million out of it. But
you would need Scion, right? Because his is only 4-star.
Yeah, you definitely need Scion because he gives Nihilus the turn meter. That's why you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's far from. I'm gonna assume he's far from heroic. like with that team, right? Because his Scion's only 4-star.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough. I mean, it's tough to have an arena team that's good in Sith Raid, unless it's Jedi Training Rey maybe. But even Jedi Training Rey's not holding well in arena anymore. So yeah.
So it may just be something you have to consider, Penny Pinch.
Yeah, I can see why he's modding the way he's modding. I mean, I get it because you're probably modding for territory wars, territory battles, and raid and arena, right? So that's why he's got them all spread out. I guess is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, but it does start to spread you really thin, and it's nice to have a lot of different characters that are modded, but
not if it sacrifices your arena team.
No.
It's not. Well, I mean, he's getting top rank in arena, and I'm assuming, looking at his payout, he's kind of just in a rotation of some kind. It looks like maybe, because it's kind of fluctuating in a general range. So I'm assuming he's on a rotation in his shard. He may not be. You can let us know, Penny Pinch, if you're on a rotation, and that's why it's kind of fluctuating a little bit, or what's going on, because you're able to get rank 1, so that's always good. You don't want to drop enough out of your arena team, so you're dropping, and it looks like whatever you're doing right now is still enough to get you into rank 1. But you may still need to move mods if you're trying to squeeze every damage out that you can for Sith Raid. So it unfortunately may just require you to move around mods for certain characters. Like Ranger was saying, like your Han Solo is at 217. If you can get him a little faster, that'd be better. But your Han Solo is there. Your CLS is at 215 right now, or 233. So you have characters that are modded. It's the only place you're going. I don't want to say it's wrong, because like Loki said, it's easy to see what you're trying to do with your mods.
Right.
Unless you have a wealth of mods, it becomes very difficult to do this many things in the game without needing to switch mods. Unfortunate truth of the matter.
Just do like we do, Penny Pinch, blame Finn.
Well, does Penny Pinch have like a B team for arena? Is that why he's got them a little bit spread out?
I don't think so. I think this is mainly for the raids and stuff.
Well, what's his speed?
Territory
what's
wars,
his speed on his
battles.
Rex? I see Rex is gear 11. What kind of does he have speed mods on Rex too? No, he even has a level 14 mod. So he's not using Rex in arena then. I would hope not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm even thinking, right? Let's think about this. Like even CLS, I don't even think CLS really needs speed. He probably needs offense more. Like you can probably get away with like plus 90 speed with a lot of offense.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then even like Han Solo. Han Solo doesn't need speed either. He just needs like crit damage and offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a way you can remod those two tunes that you probably use in Rancor or Heroic Tank. So you can pull some of the speed down and put it on your arena team, right? I mean, Chert and Baze, I'm gonna assume. I mean, they don't need speed. I mean, they really don't.
He says he has 2 teams for arena, the EP and the Titan team.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, even the Titan team doesn't need speed. It really doesn't. And you can use them in the Heroic Sith. You use a Chex Mix or something, but you don't need speed on that team at all. So like Chert and Baze, like Chert could have like decent speed, but like I don't know, crit chance or crit damage or like some health, and then Baze could go all like health and protection, and whoever the 5th is, General Kenobi, can go all protection, right? You don't need speed on that team, and that's a good B team still. So
yeah, he's
like
in an interesting.
I mean, maybe you can pull the speed off of the Titan team, focus on your Empire team a little bit more, like what Finn said, and then you'll have 2 like viable teams, right?
Yeah, he's in an interesting position compared to some of our other roster reviews, because we are normally looking at arena, right, and trying to see how to get people, minus when we're looking at whale rosters. But I mean, when we're looking at some of the other ones, we're trying to boost them in arena. So we always say focus your mods on arena. Penny Pinch is in the position where he's already getting his arena, so he's there. The the problem is your question is regarding other characters. And the deeper you go into your roster in order to try and prepare things for territory battles, territory wars, and for territory wars in particular, because your whatever mods that you set is done at the beginning. And then also if you're running a B team in Arena and then you're working on Sith Raid, you pretty much need a depth of mods. Would that be? I don't know how else to say it, Loki. You need a lot of mods in order to mod more characters. So it just requires a lot of farming.
It is. It's just a farm.
Yeah, you need the specific mods. I mean, I'll be honest with you. So here's the deal, right? Is I used to just put speed on everybody, right? I mean, I said it all throughout the streams. But recently I've really sat down even with my guild. We have little guild mod sessions and stuff, and a lot of the guys that or a lot of the tunes that I was putting speed on, like CLS and Han Solo, a lot of those other characters that are good in like territory wars and all that, I really actually thinned them out, and I just focused a lot on like offense, crit damage, like other stuff, right? Like if you have a resistance squad, right, you load them all up with potency. I mean, they don't need speed. You probably just need to speed up Poe, and that's it. But the rest of them is all potency, right? Because you want the exposal land. And then you go to like CLS, and it's like they're gonna counter anyway. They got built-in counter chance and retribution and all that, so you just want them to hit hard. And surprisingly, I put a lot of speed mods on my Ewoks. I mean, then they perform better with speed, right? And then my Empire team, I put speed on them. But even my JTR team, I made BB-8 like my fastest, and then the rest of them are kind of like crit chance because of Rey's leadership and crit damage. So at least for myself, I'm finding out that you really don't need speed mods on every single character, right, or every single team. And that's what I've been doing, is I've been spreading it out, and the ones that I put speed on are like, I really need this guy to go fast, and I go, oh man, the team works a lot better, right? So same thing with First Order, right? I mean, I put protection and health, or I put a lot of protection on crew. I'm lucky that I do have speed secondaries on those protection mods, but the thing is whenever they gain buffs, right, they get a certain percentage back of protection. So the more protection you put on them, the more they get back, right? And it becomes annoying. And then it's like health mods on DACA or something, and yeah. So yeah, going back to your point, you do got to farm mods, but I think with like what you said, Finn, with his roster, is I think he's got a really good base. We just have to put him on the right tunes, or even even on the Empire team, it's either you make Vader the fastest or you make Thrawn the fastest, right? And then the rest of them, they'll get turn meter anyway from Emperor Palpatine's lead, and then Thrawn will do the turn meter swap. I mean, that's huge still, right? So, and then a fast Thrawn is really good in heroic AAT. It's still good in Rancor. Still good in territory wars. So I mean, the fast Thrawn, you can use them in like 5 different game modes, right? Which is great. So that's all we really need to find with his roster, is just you mod the certain key tunes, and then hopefully he just farms the mods correctly for the other tunes to backfill, right?
Yeah. And as far as the Sith raid that he was talking about earlier, he's got a bunch of stuff that could work in there. Like I'd recommend working on his Death Trooper, get that to 7 stars. Working on gearing up his Magma Trooper. Since he doesn't have JTR, the Thrawn Magma Trooper team, Thrawn Magma and Death Trooper work really well in Phase 1. You can get easily about 3 mil out of that team.
All right.
So I think based on that, one of his other questions was, how is his roster doing for a 1-year-old and 1 month
It's doing really
old
well.
roster?
I can tell you it's doing
You're
just
definitely on the right track here. There's all the stuff we're giving you is much like is end game advice, right? Far more mods. We don't just say that to like newer. Your roster is really well developed. You're reaching what you need to in arena, so it's definitely good.
Yeah.
And then his last question was about his Zeta. So he's getting ready to use another Zeta. The ones that he has done so far are It Binds All Things on CLS. He has Number Crunch on R2. He has the Uniques on Nihilus and Scion. He has the leaders of Palpatine and Finn. He has Ebb and Flow on Thrawn. He has Veers. He has Han Solo's unique, and he has the leader on Kylo Ren Unmasked. So going from there, if we look at his roster, where would you put his next Zeta?
I didn't hear you mention a Night Sister.
He did not mention, there is no Night Sister.
Well,
So
his Asajj is coming up. She's 60% at the moment, gear 9.
That's what I'm
His
working
other
on.
ones are a little behind, though. 78
Yeah.
on DACA, 75. So he might have a little bit of work there. But yeah, Asajj is definitely a possibility once he gets the Night Sisters up a little bit.
If all else fails, during the farm, you could just hold on to it and see what the devs drop on us with the Bounty Hunter rework.
Yeah, do that.
I'm also not terribly opposed. I'm assuming he's farming him right now, but putting it on Kylo Ren's unique as well. Kylo Ren Unmasked unique. I think would.
Yeah. I think eventually you're going to need a Night Sister team, like what Mike said, and then you're going to need a First Order team. Definitely. On the Bounty Hunter thing, or did they mention if Bosk is going to be legendary or no?
I think it's
They
going to be
didn't
Marquee. I think it's going to be Marquee.
I don't think they said
haven't
it's
said yet.
right?
Yeah, I don't think
they
it's
said
legendary.
I doubt it's going to be legendary. It probably is going to be a marquee. My guess would be if they do something legendary, it'd probably require bounty hunters to get like a Jango Fett or something like that. But Bosk is probably going to be a marquee, but they haven't said it officially yet.
All right.
I think that dude's gonna be legendary, man. Cause isn't he like Boba Fett's like?
If Boba Fett wasn't legendary, Bosk ain't being no damn legendary. I can tell you that right now.
No, but I mean, was it Clone Wars or was it?
Well, yeah, he was in the Clone Wars, and
he was kind of like Boba Fett's like mentor, right? They made that canon, right?
I don't know if he was his mentor. I mean, Boba Fett kind of
Well, I
went
know
around
they
and had different mentors at
They
different
competed
times.
for bounties a lot.
Yeah. All
I
right.
just hope he's good, man.
Well, that took forever, but that was worth it. We see
I
if
like
we
the
can get some
plain
questions
bounties.
in here and see if we can help some peeps out.
All right. So if you have any other questions, Penny Pinch, just let us know.
Yeah, he's in the Discord. He knows.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I
message
think-
us, man.
Yeah. Message Loki and say, build me a lightsaber. Worthy of Mordor.
Loki's
With hickory
queue for
pellets.
lightsabers is longer than our roster.
I know,
queue.
God in heaven.
But yeah, I think we're in agreement. Like one of your next Zeta should be your Night Sisters.
Yeah.
But the problem is that your Night Sisters aren't ready yet. So work on them, hold on to it, and then prep for any new content that's coming out too. Might be your best way to go.
All right.
All right. Shall we wrap up with a few more questions here?
Yes, we should.
All right.
As many as we can get to.
Okay. So question is from Luke Thyrocker, and the question is for Chex Mix. I have Death Trooper at 156 speed. Is that too slow? Also, I use Sabine for that. Is the Zeta necessary for that? So far, I feel like I do better with Thrawn and Imperial Troopers.
156 is really slow for Death Trooper.
Yeah, you
In that
about
team.
30 or 40 more speed at least.
I actually like that for Chex Mix, though. Because
Wow.
it times it so it's right after Traya goes. So you keep the death mark pretty much for the entire turn. The annoying part is if it's too fast, right? Your death mark doesn't time. And you'll do it right before Traya goes. And then Traya goes and you've lost a round of death mark.
Well, you just have to time it, dude. I mean,
It's hard to time it if your death trooper is too fast. It's hard to time it.
Here's the thing, though. The faster your Death Trooper is, the more often he can use Death Mark.
right.
Yeah, but Chex Mix is a one-turn thing.
Yeah, it's a one-hit wonder, isn't it?
the Chex Mix team isn't designed for multiple. Like literally, you use it once and you try to max out your damage with Han Solo. So you're not worried about the repeated death marks specifically for the Sith raid. If you're talking about it in general, then yes. But Phase 3 will just kill you. So it's once you get your standalone with Han Solo, at the end you might be able to get off another death mark, but you're not getting nearly as much damage as when Han uses his standalone. Because somebody's going to die, you're not going to get 100% offense, and then it's going to be less damage and blah blah.
All right.
Just to do the comparison, mine's at 221.
Mm-hmm. And how do you find it in Phase 3?
Yesterday was a bad day for me on Star Wars, just because I was being social bubble. And I posted my lowest score, which was 1.2 million. Normal, I don't post huge scores with it. So 1.2 is my lowest, and 1.6 is my highest. I think it's just, I just bang in the percentage and on we go, because we're all kind of doing that now. But yeah, no. For me, it's just remembering to wait for Traya to isolate, and then and as long as it's not OG Han, then he goes standalone, and away you go.
Just numbers wise too, Traya has 180 speed. It was data mined. So in Heroic Phase 3, she has 180 speed. So to your point, Ranger, if he gained like 20 speed or so, he would still be under the 180, and then Traya would be gaining 5% turn meter every time she got attacked. So, I mean, 20 more speed I think is fine. I'd be curious if 210 would be too fast or not, and how it works out.
All right, next question.
All right, next question is from Ski Trooper, and the question is: with Gear 12 Asajj with a Zeta lead, a Gear 12 Acolyte, a Gear 11 Daka, and Talia, who is the fifth to farm for either Territory Wars or Territory Battle? I farmed the team for Sith Raid and don't need to do Sith Raid anymore.
Zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I probably wouldn't even use Talia for Territory Wars or Territory Battles. I mean, depending. I mean, I hope you're farming Talzin from Hard Notes.
Yeah.
I don't know your whole roster situation, but yeah, Talzin would be better than Talia.
Another one that would be a good farm for Territory Wars is the Night Sister Spirit. Night Sister Spirit is underrated and a very, very good character.
There you go.
All right. Next question from Darth Skywalker. If you could start the game with any character at 7 stars, who would it be?
Lord Revan.
Actual character in the game.
Oh, then Lord Revan.
Okay. I'm also going to exclude Journey characters, because then you could say like Jedi Training Rey, and then, but so any character that you could potentially farm immediately, like you could pay for up to 7 star, which one would you get to 7 star? We'll go around the corn here. Loki. Any character you could start the game off right now as a 7 star, which one would it be?
CLS.
No, non-Journey.
Oh.
I know, right?
Non-Journey, non-raid characters, like somebody you could
non-fun. Like, just say Cup, Loki. We'll move on.
Yeah, there's good one.
How about Crew? How about Crew?
I'll probably go. I'll go Kylo Ren on Mass. He's like 7 star max out already. I'll do that.
All right, Graham. What about you?
I'd say Mother Talzin.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, Ranger. Do you have a different one now?
Let me think. Yeah, I would say Crew or Lord Revan. No, actually, I would actually say Rex might be a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
Mike.
I'll throw another one in there. Asajj.
That's a good one.
Another good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're playing Family. I feel like we're playing Family Feud. We asked 100 of our RSG fans, what is one character? Blah blah blah. Top 5 answers on the board.
Show me potato salad.
Can we use that? Yes, tater salad was one.
Oh.
I think I would go Kylo
It
Ren.
was macaroni
Kylo Ren
salad.
unmasked.
Oh. Yes, good fight, Mike. That's from Shills in the chat. That's one of my officers. Really, that was a fun match.
It's Zeta time. All right.
Yeah, I got to figure out. So here's my conundrum: should I put the next Zeta on Asajj and finish her? I am working on Night Sisters, or should I go with my new arena team I'm about to put out, which is with the Emperor Palpatine with Vader? They both have their Zetas, but then I'm going to run Thrawn, Nihilus, and then a tank. But should I put it on Nihilus to make that team rock and roll? What do you guys think?
Which Zetas do you have on your Emperor Palpatine team right now?
Just Emperor Palpatine lead with Vader, and then I'm gonna put Thrawn in here. He doesn't have a Zeta, but I'm not worried about that. And then I'm gonna run Nihilus, and then I don't know if I'm gonna run Scion or Kenobi in that. But
if you're running Scion, you want Scion's unique.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
If you're running Kenobi, then you can put it on Nihilus. But
Scion's
Scion's
my Scion's only Gear 9 right now. 4 stars.
Yeah, so it's up to you. If you're working on Scion and you want to put him in your team, then you might want to either save it, depending on how quickly you're going to gear him, or then put your next one on Scion and then put this one on Nihilus. But Scion isn't all that good without his unique. You can use him, but he's not as good without his unique. It doesn't make the team flow as well, because you need that counter pain going.
Yeah.
So I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
My question is Scav Ray or JTR for the Armatech bayonet?
For the bayonet?
Yeah.
Scavray.
Scav Ray for the bayonet.
Do you use
Thank
Stick
you.
Ray in Territory War?
Not really.
Do you use her in the raid?
Yes. Yes.
Then yeah, I would go Stick Ray.
I use the JTR Stick Ray Resistance Trooper and then Visa's Ma is in there as well.
Yeah, I'd go Stick Ray on it.
Stick Ray. I will do so. Thank you.
So Nihilus, yeah, surely. All right, 2 more questions.
All right, that's all we have on the list. I'm sure there's more that came in afterwards. But okay, so question from Josue Garcia: is 235 speed good enough for Scion in Arena?
Yeah.
Depends on the speed of your other
much speed for Scion, to be honest.
Depends on your other characters. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid you're sacrificing on other characters with that. Loki, how fast is your Scion?
Was it
It's
300?
273.
Okay, so 235 is still...
Yeah,
okay.
why did we go
You
to
have a
Loki?
ways to go.
So my Thrawn is 275 and my Scion's 273 and then my Vader's 240. So
Loki makes me cry. Okay.
He does, doesn't he?
Next
I had
question.
fast Scion.
From Bond fan. Question is, I'm 58 out of 145 for Treya, and I'm thinking about starting to save the Omegas and Zetas for her. My Sith are ready, minus Nihilus, Emperor Palpatine, and Vader unique Zetas. Do I Zeta a unique while I wait for her?
No.
Oh. You're going to have to collect 2 Zetas. Well,
I mean, I
actually,
guess it depends how fast you get them, right? If you're only 53, I mean, you still got a little ways to go. You might.
do you want to Zeta her unique, though? That's one of the questions, right? It's because she'll keep on dispelling, and if Emperor Palpatine is still meta, you're going to feed turn meter. So, do you need 2 Zetas, or do you just need enough for 1 on Treya at the beginning?
I would do both if you're going to go all in on her, but
I'm still not sure her unique is even
the
worth
thing
it.
is, though, is you're going to run her outside of. You're probably going to run her outside of lead, so you might as well do the unique anyway. But
do you want those dispels? Even if, let's suppose you're running like an Emperor Palpatine lead team with the Triumvirate, the dispelling from her unique is an optional thing that you get with the Zeta. So do you want that? It's kind of like the way people are avoiding
she
Combat
dazes, right? The thing is that she dazes and she does what's her isolate, right? So that cuts the turn meter off of the other team. So the cleanse is a bonus. Because eventually half that team is going to be dazed or isolated. So it'll
Assuming
be
you
fun.
remove the taunt from Scion, though. Otherwise, you're just going to be dazing Scion repeatedly. If you're facing like a mirror match, for example.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, if you're going to run Thrawn on your team, you fracture somebody and then isolate somebody else and then you daze the other ones. And, you know, it's a nice little dance, you know, but I would do her unique. I mean, it's good. But if you're gonna, you know, if you're planning to run her lead, you gotta do her leader. But her leader isn't proven yet. I haven't seen anything crazy with it yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't Zeta her unique because that would mean the difference between you winning or them winning if you're fighting an EP lead team. Because, like Finn was saying, that Dispel is just going to be feeding the EP team's turn meter, which you don't want.
I mean, I like it because you know, if their other EP team is like shocking all your guys, the Dispel's gonna help a lot. I mean, I'd rather get Dispel give you turn meter than to have shock on me the whole time, right?
True. It's a double-edged sword. That's what it is.
Yep, it's a catch-24. Okay, so I think we're ready to sum up, Ranger.
All right. So, everybody, thank you for joining us today. If you had questions, we didn't get to them because we kind of had a little bit longer roster review, so we apologize for that. We can't always get to all the questions. We try to do the best we can, but it's only an hour show. But that's what the Discord's for. If you have questions we didn't get to, come into our Discord and we will rock and roll and take care of you there. That's what it's there for. We have over 1,000 people in the community that'll help rock and roll there. Also, if you want to listen to us later on, you can on YouTube, and you can download us as a podcast and listen to us on iTunes. Thank you, everybody that gave us some nice little gifts. You know, my Dash Randar and Finn's Lego Porg and stuff. Very much appreciated. And then so we'll do some more Battlefront streams later on today. And then tomorrow we got the Jedi Academy, which Mike will be there for, right? No, Mike will not be there.
No, sorry. It's cousin's birthday.
Okay, so
I'm actually going to miss one, and I'm gutted, but left for me. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot.
That's all right. No,
it's all good.
I've got the number plate of that truck.
But we'll have the Jedi Academy tomorrow from 10 to whenever we get done, and then we've got more Battlefront after that, and then we'll do some. We'll have the mature channel stuff tomorrow night, where we'll have some more fun. So, thanks everybody for checking us out. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Really helps us out. Any support you can give is appreciated. So, on behalf of myself, Dr. Finn, look at the lightsaber builder, Grim, the mechanic, and Mike, the English poo-poo head, who's not going to be on Jedi Academy tomorrow. Did I miss anybody? I think that's everybody that's on the channel right now. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. Everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll have to do some more Battlefront tonight, have some fun, and we will holler at you guys later. Peace.